Assalamu alaikum guys. In today's video we have much to learn. So we are going to use our last lecture in which we learned how do we create arrays using pointers and dynamic memory allocations method. In today's video we are going to create a simple program for a garage management system. It's called garage management system actually, and it's for a garage, not for garage management system. What's wrong with my English? So we want to create slots, and we had a problem that we didn't know how do we create those slots on runtime. So without further ado, let's get going and see how this problem can be solved. If this is what we do, we solve the problems. So this is our yesterday's video. I hope you went through it. Now today we are going to create a class. So I've created a class, and the class is of a car, which sorry, it's about cars and garage. Okay, so car, and car has a registration number, so string registration number. So no matter your variable names are long enough, but they should be able to convey what they are used for. String, so registration number, then cars have color, then each car has its engine model, its make, when std string. Each car has its engine power, it's 3.4 liter or 6.4 liter, or how much liter, is it V10 or V12. So you see it's V12 or V8, so this V cannot enter integer data type. That is why I've used string to store engine capacity. Also, we don't intend to do mathematical operations on engine power, so that is why I'm using it as a string. Now this is done. We don't want to access these members just by using dot notation, so I'm going to give it a private. That should be the method. It should be private, and all our methods that are going to provide should be public. Refactor, continued here, reveal and send the project as open assistant, create code snippet, which code snippet, my code snippet, class declaration, comment, function template, try, catch, break, block, core, data fetch, do while statement, enumerated. No. So if it were my other IDE Eclipse, it would have given me getter and setter, but getter and setter are combination called mutator. Combined, they are called mutators. They mutate the value, and they give you the value, they give you access to the value, and they give you the value. I mean, they print the value. So when it's getter, you want to get the value, so you give void. No. Since all our data type are string, std string, and then we want to give the value access to this registration, so get registration. Okay, so get registration of car at a particular slot, get registration of a car. So a car named any name, so you'll understand it later when I use this program. So get registration, then in here you are going to return registration number. Similarly, std string get color. If you wanted to see the color, so get color, or for your readability you can just say see color. Still it's a getter, so see color, you want to return color. Similarly, string we have get make, return make. Then we have std string get engine and return engine. I'm sorry guys, I cannot talk right now because it's Azan going on, so I'll just code and explain it to you later. Till then, watch the video. So this is the class is complete. The upper and the variables are called properties, and the functions that we create are called methods. So I've not created a constructor. If you wanted to, just go ahead and type the same name as a class name, just a constructor, and then pass 4 string variables. Say there is a registration, stands for R, then there is an std string. I know this. Some people might be confused with this keyword. I'll come to it in a minute. So if you will see for the color, an std for a string make, and another std string for your engine E, and I think it's time to use that one as well. So here we are with registration number, and here we are going to pass not std, we're going to pass R, and for color we want to pass C, for make we want to pass make. It's better if I use M, like I used capital for everyone, so M. And in here, if I wanted to initialize engine, I will say E. So we have learned 2 things here in this video. If you wanted to access the individual, the internal properties and method, you are going to use this keyword, this, and then arrow. So you see, I've been granted access to get engine, get make, get registration, see color, set engine, set make, set registration, and then color, engine, make, everything that is belonged to this car. Also, you can see the default function inside, which is made by C++ compiler, which is an assignment operator and an operator to assign a constant car. Then there is a destructor. What is a destructor? We'll learn to come to that in a minute. Actually, I think this video is going to be 2-parter because it's taking a lot of time and there is a lot coming. I've already included 2 things which I didn't want to, but I think that was the right time. So we have our initializer list. We know the difference between initialization and declaration. I'll just revise that. If you wanted to initialize, you will just say A is equal to 4. So this is initialize. That means declaration and assignment on the same step is called initialization. If you just wanted to do declaration, so into B, this is called declaration. If you wanted to do assignment, this is called assignment. Actually, this is called initialization. For the very first time when you give value to a variable, it is also called initialization. But in here, the idea is a bit different. In our previous constructor, we saw that we didn't give an initializer list. We just write all the member properties in a list below, and then assigned the individual parameters of the constructor to it individually. But in here, I have used this initializer list that starts with a colon, and then each property that you want to assign value, its name, then its parentheses, and then the parameter which is meant to give it to this member is passed in this in these parentheses. Similarly, if I wanted to give C to color, I can give color. The type should be same. You can you can change the order. You can pass C here and R here, but the idea would be crushed with that way, because we want registration number to go into registration and color into color. We don't want them to misorder themselves. So in here, whenever you call this function, at the same time the values are initialized. So this way is a bit efficient and faster, rather than declaring the variables and then you assign the value. But in here, you are declaring the variable, and at the same step you are assigning them the value. So it's a bit faster and the recommended way whenever you are making constructor. But when it comes to pointer, like you have to assign a memory, I think in tomorrow we are going to use this car class in our garage class, so we are going to use them side by side. uh, so in that we will assign, see that why don't we use pointers initialization in this initializer list. So this is a bit efficient way. On the same step, instead of just declaring and then assigning, you are declaring and assigning on the same step. So this whenever you are going to use a constructor, use this initializer list as well. Either you can just assign them with this method you are going to call set registration, and then pass the registration number. So registration number is itself going to go in these parameters, but again you are going to initialize every property in this class individually. First you're going to call set registration, then set color, set make, and set engine. So it's a longer way, so you should use constructor and initializer list instead. In this one, we have used this keyword with an arrow operator ahead. This is a pointer. This keyword is a pointer. It has the address of this class. Okay, so whenever you want to access the individual member, I mean, whenever there is a chance that you are going to misunderstand compiler, how it's going to behave. Like, for example, I have used same registration number variable name as a property name. So it's more likely we get ourselves confused. So compiler doesn't get confused, but still, if you don't believe, you don't have faith in your compiler, you are going to use this keyword. So this keyword ensures that you stay inside the properties and the member function. So whenever you use this registration number, compiler is intelligent enough to give you access to only this registration number. And when you pass it registration number as it is, it's going to understand that I'm trying to assign it. But even if you do not do this, the compiler is intelligent enough to assign it the value. But sometimes it happens that due to some errors, we can't, because this is a matter of local scope. Registration number are two same things. So it's more likely the compiler will not go for this registration number because the nearest registration number towards the compiler is in this scope, in the scope of set registrations function method. So it is more likely to give registration number to registration. So the value you are going to pass is going to assign it to itself, not to the registration number property. So it's more recommended that you use this keyword and to access the individual value with arrow. If you remember dot notation, dot, like if we wanted to access the individual, like in previous video we accessed, not previous, earlier to that one, in which we learned about classes. If we wanted to access the individual property or method, we use dot notation with the name of that class. Okay, but when you are accessing the value with a pointer, you are going to use the arrow. So this is a pointer, and when you want to access the individual property by using this pointer, you are going to use arrow. So this is the basic difference between dot and a pointer. So you are going to use dot when use, sorry, it's not a comment yet, now it is, when use normally, but you use this notation when you use pointer. So it's more likely when you have a pointer pointing toward your data type, you are going to use if you want to access your data type with that pointer, so you write the pointer name, instead of writing dot in the front, you put an arrow, and then you're granted access to the individual properties and methods. We will learn it in the later videos, but this video has included so much concepts inside, so I'm going to stop right here. Till then, learn this program, and if you have any problem, any issue, any query regarding this program, please don't scare yourself, don't be afraid to drop a comment below. I won't eat you all, or I won't come to your home and beat you. So you can ask anything on the internet. By asking the question in the comment box, you are allowing others to go through those comments and see what are the problems cause other people face. So it's more likely, without asking, you are going to be a reason for them to remove those problems in their head. I hope you understand. The sentence has gotten a bit complex. So in that way, you give them a chance to understand without asking me. So one step you take by asking question in the comment box, you are giving a chance to other to understand the concept without even asking me. So go ahead, ask me, and if you think you're asking the dumbest question in the world, you can email me at abu86322632@gmail.com. I will still answer that question, any question you have regarding this program or any other channel that I am planning to go on. Till then, keep smiling, stay smiling, spread smiles and seek smiles. Abu Bakr out. Allah Hafiz.